Well, if you think somebody like Michael Jackson or Madonna has the #1 record this week, you would be way off. It's a high school junior from Norwalk, California, and her rendition of an oldie called I Think We're Alone Now. Her name is Tiffany, and that's also the name of her first album. At 16, she's the youngest female artist in 24 years to hit the top of the charts, and congratulations.
Thank you.
Tiffany and I have known each other most of her life, and we are in love with each other, and she's a great singer. Oh, we've kissed. Oh, yeah, we have. Yeah. No tongue. That didn't happen.
But on the mouth?
Could have. And she started in 1987 with 2 hits, Could Have Been, and I Think We're Alone Now, #1 hits. She peaked out in 87 through 88. 89, she was fading, and pretty much faded out completely that year in the public view. The things I love about living in Santa Cruz are the sociological freedom, the diversity, the positive spirituality, and all the wacky, odd, weird, bizarre, different people that draw the fascists off of others and myself. You keep Santa Cruz weird, we do our part. Some people go above and beyond the call of duty. Former pop sensation Tiffany Darwish, actually I have her last name here, has been followed by one stalker for 11 years. As a 16-year-old, she was forced to get a restraining order against Jeff Dean Turner. They have my whole name in there. Then a 35-year-old, I was 35 then when that happened, fan who began pursuing her after kissing and hugging her at a concert. Didn't happen quite like that. Then one day, she saw him outside her house. I was a little freaked out, to say the least, says Darwish. They ever laugh? Yeah. I sat in the corner saying, close all the windows. Now she's back in Southern California, and so is her stalker. He writes us a letter every week and sends Elijah birthday cards. She says, I have to be real careful.
Another warm Colorado morning begins. Jogging into work at a very high rate of speed, reading and knowing my environment like a quarterback reading the defense. Getting stronger, faster, better as days go by.
Hey, groovy people, this is Gilman McCormick. Hey, after the beep, please leave your name, number, and brief message. I will get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you, and have a wonderful day.
The thing I love about living here in the Mile High City of Denver is, A, the people, B, it's the altitude. Up here is athlete's paradise, because if you train up here in the thin Colorado Rocky Mountain air and then go back down to like the thick air of like LA, smoke competition easily. Yeah, I just really like to flaunt what I got and to always better myself. Cupid actually never came around, and I've never had a girlfriend before in my life. I've been in love, but I have never had the same amount of love returned back to me, which which is very depressing and it hurts like hell. But for some reason, I've always known the right person for me is Tiffany. I know she won't remember, but I accidentally bumped into her back the summer of 1989, back when I was living in Buena Park, California. I remember this very clearly. Her and I talked for at least like 7 hours on the phone. The difference between me and a stalker is they don't truly love the individual. There's not one thing on Tiffany that I do not love. I mean, theoretically, I love her clear down to her bone marrow.
Radionic, psionic, psychotronic devices, Nikola Tesla, great electrophysicist discoverer. The brain is a natural transceiver. He built machines that amplify that. They'll use photographs or personal objects, and they'll tune it specifically, their dials and everything. They'll tune it specifically to the resonant frequencies of a person. I never asked for a lock of hair. I might ask for a fingernail or a toenail, a lock of hair, or a scab or a skin from a blister or something. I could ask for that, but it just never happened that I've asked for that. Actually, I put this on. I'm in communication in a spiritual sense, and a spiritual level with Tiffany, actually, because the whole thing is set up for her. We communicate with her. It's peacefulness, just awareness. But yeah. Like, well, Tiffany and I are linked anyway this way, but this increases it and amplifies it.
Supposedly he got it from the real people. He got it from the real legitimate radionics crowd.
The radionic, psionic, psychotronic devices, I've spent, and related things, I've spent about $20,000.
My name is Douglas Hawes, and I've known Jeff Turner for 20 years. I mean, Jeff is shabbily dressed because he's spending all his money on radionics equipment, on experimental physics books, and books about time travel, space-time continuum books.
This book is Music of Time by Preston B. Nichols and Peter Moon, and it's about time travel and alternate realities in the music industry.
I'm Peter Moon. I'm a, writer and publisher.
With equipment like this, you can literally get inside of somebody's mind. That picture is holding part of your non-physical essence, your soul, your mind, whatever you want to call it.
What people don't know about Tiffany could fill many documentaries and many books. She has many gifts, callings, anointings, destinies, and she ministries that she founded or is a part of. She can time travel without machines and interdimensional. She does deal with aliens, different alien races, ethnic groups, and a founder or leader of many different organizations that most people don't know exist.
Somebody who is preoccupied with consuming a lot of information about strange topics is because they're not getting enough prana or life energy. They're not getting the real juice of life.
I suffer from what's known as being born intersexed. What that is it's a condition of which a person is born with both genders. I wish that I was born with one part, but But the Lord above, I had different ideas. Back in the late 80s, early 90s, people thought they would go, you're a hermaphrodite, what the hell is that? And then I would tell them, and they go, back, to stay away from me, I don't want no you, I don't want anything to do with you. How would Tiffany feel about my situation? I know that she would accept me for who I am. I take what's known as spirolactone, which is a testosterone killer / blocker. I mean, yes, I go through a monthly period and PMS and period just like every biological woman does, including Tiffany, but... I went to Buena Park High School in Buena Park, California. Go Coyotes! Yeah! I was involved in the Spirit Club. I was also in track all 4 years. Jeez, I was the most popular person on campus. Back in high school, I was closeted. I was very closeted about it. Price of being popular. I just finally said, okay, enough. I've had enough. This is actually killing me. Now I'm very open about it, and I don't care what people think. A lot of people that were born with my condition, that they're not as athletically inclined as I am. For a demonstration of my running capabilities, I'll put on a little show for you guys here. And that I was only going maybe about 7%, between 7 and 10% of my actual running speed.
A lot of people think Jeff Turner is a crazed stalker, a madman, but I know him very well, and there's a different side of this story. But nobody in this who sees this documentary is going to believe, but Jeff has connections, and it goes into the whole nature of secret societies and the secret society matrix that's behind the scenes in this country. He knows stuff that is not public information. I have a master's in history, and so I can talk on Jeff's level, and at this point I've confirmed a lot of Jeff's information. People are getting killed that are involved in this stuff. So early on I started becoming aware right away that, people are going to die, some people are going to die.
Okay, I first met Jeff back in June 2002 when I attended a concert featuring 1980s teen pop idol singer Tiffany, the name that she goes by. I found out he and I have plenty in common besides being Tiffany fans. He and I also have a neurological disability. He and I both have Asperger's syndrome. I think of myself as a higher functioning version of, say, Rain Man or Forrest Gump, those fictional movie characters. He immediately knew I had Asperger's because I guess it takes one to know one.
It's also called the Little Professor's Syndrome. It's where a person knows all this information and can just talk and talk and talk.
Can I borrow your book, Satan Wants You, Doug?
If I get it back.
You will get it back.
Okay.
I give you my word.
All right.
Anytime you want it back, you can get it back. But that's a good source book because I want to read about the Process Church in there.
He would be utterly clueless that the people that were listening to him were looking for a way to exit. They were looking for the nearest window to jump out.
We have a good memory, good photographic memory, good in details, good with facts, but we have But sadly, we have poor social skills. We have trouble interacting with people. We have trouble establishing friendships and let alone romance. But that's the way it goes. And
it's easy to have romance. It's just the young lady or the lady saying yes. That's yeah. There's women in the past, in the 80s and 90s, that I've had. Last one was 1992. I had a physical experience with, and then there was 85, and one in 87. Yeah. Only one of them I really liked, but she went with somebody else. There was one in 85. I really liked her. Yeah. Hadn't seen her for years, and she wasn't interested, so yeah. Well, the first person I was in love with, it didn't work out, and out of that, I was redeemed and atoned for by Yeshua, Mashiach, Jesus Christ.
I bless thee, I will lift up my hands unto thy name. I lift my hands, Lord, unto thy name.
My name is Don Berkemer. I'm the pastor of Living Water Fellowship. I've known Jeff probably about 8 years. He's a blessing to me here because he always seems to find the best qualities of people, and he elaborates on that. He is kind-hearted. He is considerate. If he ever meets a person, he is your best friend for life.
I've known Kelly now for like 10 years. We met back in 1998. I met him at Bally's Total Fitness. I was working out, and he was the janitor there. And I don't know, he just came up and we started talking, and the nurturing person in me, I don't know, maybe the fucked up person in me is what attracted me to him. I seen this monstrosity of a problem that I could relate within myself, I guess. The whole gay thing, I know what it's like to be judged and put down and black sheep, outcast, whatever. So I kind of try to sympathize with her, and I try not to judge him, which is kind of hard sometimes. Then we were friends like for a year or so, and we decided to be roommates because he was going to get evicted from his apartment. At the time, he drank too much. He wasn't really responsible at budgeting his money. I don't know, I was always trying to mother him or be his parent, and it was really hard. When we went out, to gay clubs, it's kind of like embarrassing because he's so different. But the more we went out, I guess the easier it got, and it was just me. It wasn't him, it was me. It was my problem. What's kept our friendship going for the last 10 years, really, to be honest, quite frankly, I gave Kelly my number, and he's kept in constant contact with me. Over the years, I put more of an effort into our friendship. I understand him a little bit more, and I don't know. I've grown to actually care for the girl, and I don't know, he's just become one of my friends, and I consider him a good friend of mine.
yes, autism, Asperger's, those people who are diagnosed, they are obsessed about certain things or people or inanimate objects. I can identify with that, so. I think in all honesty, he is obsessed, but he's not dangerous. He's not a danger to Tiffany or anybody else.
Okay, you ready? Tiffany's Epiphany. I'll pose for Playboy. Oh, here's one of these articles where pop singer Tiffany's husband tries to hang himself. And this was one of those frozen margarita brawls. There were two. Oh, here's Tiffany's graduation from high school. Here's an article about the sword. Samurai fan arrested as he waits for pop star Tiffany with a sword.
The time that Jeff went down to the Los Angeles Superior Court with the sword and chrysanthemums was probably a high point in the the comic opera story of Jeff Turner's life.
I thought a car and flowers would be sufficient. I don't know what the purpose of giving Tiffany a weapon would be.
Giving someone a katana and 5 white chrysanthemums, that is about the highest honor you could give someone as a ceremonial presentation in Japan. Never got to give it to her. And the TV, it was seen in Japan. The Emperor Hirohito actually called Central Detective, the Los Angeles police station where the Central Detective, where they filmed Dragnet in there, he called to find out what the bail was and to see if he could get me out. The country of Japan went to bat for me.
My mother and father had split custody of my sister and I, where my mom raised me to be her younger daughter. Come summertime, I had to be my father's United States Marine Corps son. I had to put all my Barbie dolls away, all my dresses and skirts, whatnot. It felt like the guy had a leash around me. He was forcing me to be something that I wasn't, that I wasn't comfortable with. This is who I really am, and I'm not a guy whatsoever.
I'm not rough and tough. I'm a lover, not a fighter.
Okay, I don't think this is the show we want here.
Who's we, Lindbergh?
Yeah, well, this is...
You're the only one that wanted it.
Charmed.
You got the tape in there?
Tape is in there.
I never played this.
At least here you can watch it while you're fast forwarding.
What are you looking at? Are you fast forwarding?
No, I'm not fast forwarding.
Did you rewind?
I just put it in there. There's damage and drawbacks, but then there's... it gave me a sense, if I choose to use it, invulnerability to almost what anyone else could do or try to attempt to do to me. I used to fly with my father. Yeah, flew with him and flew the airplane. Didn't land or take off, but it flew the airplane. But that was a Cessna 210, and there was one other plane we flew. Yeah.
When Jeff was a child, he was growing up on Air Force bases, an Air Force brat. And Merrill Dean Turner was a career military aviator, and he was shot down and killed in Vietnam in September 1967. He was 13 when his dad died in Vietnam.
Felt just emptiness, loss, and relief. He was a tyrannical fascist. Yeah. But he had good qualities, though. Yeah.
My father served this great country of ours in the Vietnam War. My father was one of the people that were overly exposed to Agent Orange, a very cancerous chemical. Oh my gosh, does that mean I'm an orange meat turkey? Help me, gobble, buddy.
My stepfather, Richard Truesdale, is a model railroad enthusiast. Learned to appreciate him, although he was a tyrannical, and still is a tyrannical fascist. But he's very good at setting up evil forces and betraying them against themselves and each other.
He found 2 engines that were wired backwards, and he had head-on collisions. And he had a boxcar he wanted to put something in to haul around, so he broke the door off and stuffed something inside.
Got in trouble once, dropped one on the floor, and it didn't run right. Of course, being my stepfather, like King Philip II of Spain in the late 1400s, the little things and the great things matter equally. Good example there. Yeah.
We banished him. Banished. Yeah, if he's not going to use his head for something besides a hat rack, he can't come in here.
I talked about Richard Truesdale being an emotional terrorist. He took that as a compliment.
Yeah, he's got mental problems. He's disabled. So we tried to cure him by putting him where there was doctors who knew what was going on. I'm not a doctor.
There was a lot of phrases that I've come up with that have been with me all my life that I've used for many years.
Some of it inspired by my stepfather, Mr. Insipid Manipulator, Predundicator Mouth, barfing anagorphs from the moon. Life is like a rowboat on a sea of assholes. Flail your oars as hard as you can. That's one of those things you have to kind of mentally digest for a while. The briliosphere, it's like a sphere, a briliosphere. It's going to crack open and light is going to emerge and sear away all the idiocy and stupidity in the universe. Yeah. It's the cracked ones that let light into the world.
That's exactly where I was aiming for.
Oh my God. I have known Kelly for about 1.5 years, and her and I met in a doctor's office. I never seen anybody that looked like Kelly in reference to her outside appearance. Kelly often just ignores people's comments about her being an intersex. They oftentimes ask me, is that a boy or is that a girl? Or they say it under their breath, which is oftentimes very frustrating for Kelly and I both. She is one of the strongest people I've ever met. Kelly and I both like beer a lot, so we will occasionally go to a small local bar and drink beers together. We definitely talk over the phone a lot. Kelly and I are big-time chatters.
That I feel that Abby really likes about me is, I'm always funny. That helps to bring her back up to where she's happy again.
I am Cornholio. I need more TP for my Bungholio. Are you threatening me?
She extends herself out and goes the extra mile for every person that she knows. She is an incredible listener and has been there for me whenever I need her.
Yeah, well, I worked at the high school cafeteria, and then I got out of high school, went to work, and just worked through about 1984, and then employers wouldn't hire me anymore, and so I got the 3.5 years later, got the federal disability.
And then he made the foolish decision to go on disability, which is probably the single most unwise decision he ever made in his life, because he is employable.
So I receive income once a month, SSI, from the federal government. And then I receive also a rent subsidy of HUD that pays 4/5 of the rent.
I received government aid known as SSDI. I received $643 a month from the federal government. The government pays like 3/4 of my rent because of my disability and because of my housing situation.
It seems like Kelly's trapped in the 80s. He's obsessed with the 80s. I think it was all caused by his accident that he had back in the 80s.
June 18th, 1987, I was involved in a critical bicycle accident. I was comatose for 16 days. All right. I actually saw Tiffany being together with a person that looked exactly, I mean, to the T. After I woke up out of the coma July 4th of 1987, when my sister handed me a Walkman, I was barely able to even move at that point in time. very first song I heard was Tiffany's I Think We're Alone Now. And then I asked my sister if she could bring me a picture of her. I'm not kidding. I almost fell right back in the coma because, there she was. Until that point, I'd never even heard of Tiffany. And it's been my own personal mission ever since then, to be with, to follow through with this vision I had. I actually saw myself being with Tiffany for an extremely long period of time.
Okay, here we go. Okay. By Arnie Freitag, a famous photographer. This is an eye-opener. She did it to demonstrate and to declare her and my being in love with each other. That's actually why she did those pictures. Serious. She wanted to say, I'm in love with somebody, and here I am, and here's my love demonstrated openly for this person, for everyone to see. And she did it for our love for each other. And but she didn't say that in the article, of course. The song Hold an Old Friend's Hand is dedicated to me, not by name, but the song Hold an Old Friend's Hand is when there were some people at a swimming pool, a public swimming pool, interestingly enough. There were some boys in a swimming pool. She was about 9, and they were trying to drown her, and I reached in and I pulled her out. And when she told me about that, I said, I remember that. That was you.
I'm not meaning this in a negative way towards Tiffany, but when she married Ben, she brought a lot of negativity and a lot of depression upon me.
One of my new best friends, Ben George. Ben George, Tiffany, and myself, February year 2005 at the Hollywood Collectors and Celebrities Show. We got it. Yeah, I think you can see the look on his face there. The look in his eyes. He's exuding jealousy. I mean, look at the look in his eyes. I mean, does that look like the green-eyed monster of jealousy? Yes, it does.
For some reason that he is trying to block me, like a defensive and like intercepting a football and running it back maybe 15-20 yards before being tackled.
I like Ben George. He's a very taciturn, serious, reserved Englishman, and he and I have made friends, and I really enjoy him. And Tiffany and I enjoy their marriage and their relationship, and I'm on their side.
My destiny is I'm supposed to be with Tiffany. I'm not kidding you. I'm not making any of this up. I mean, if I am, put shackles on me, take me to fucking jail. Because you know what? I have the right, to love and be happy. Ben fucking George. I mean, talk about identity theft. The guy basically stole my identity, lied to Tiffany, and basically now Tiffany's married to a liar, a fucking cheater. I'm sick and fucking tired of this bullshit of being pushed out of Tiffany's life when I'm supposed to be in it.
Tiffany's had more than one very dangerous. One of her managers called them ferocious stalkers. Robert John Bardo came, he was programmed to stalk several different people for years, and he came with his .357 Rossi, that's a very powerful handgun, to a Tiffany concert in Phoenix in 1988. Tiffany's security stopped him. and prevented that. Then he went on to murder actress Rebecca Schaefer in 1989. After that, Tiffany's people were very angry and proactive about the stalkers. These books were created by the Association of Threat Management and Threat Assessment Professional People as part of the massive psychological operation of the whole stalking thing, the New McCarthyism Obsessed Stalker Witch Hunt. Another book, Stalking and Psychosexual Obsession. Boy, I really get gushy on these titles. In here, there's some pretty nasty things said by usually about Christine Haddiman. Really tops the line on some of the things she said.
So I'm a moderator on the True to Tiffany Yahoo group, which doesn't make me a Psycho Stalker fan. It just makes me a nice girl who's in front of my computer too much. I met Jeff on the beach at the Tiffany show last year. He kept swooping in and, in 1992, Tiffany performed that at blah, 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 blah. He said something about how she worked so hard to protect him, and I said, honey, no. See, when all of the security guards swoop in and surround you, it's not because Tiffany's protecting you. It's because Tiffany's afraid of you. I don't think any fan that's that avid and is so completely far from grounded in reality can be safe. And I don't think Tiffany thinks he's safe, because if she did, all of those security guards wouldn't be standing there ready and waiting for him.
You've heard of the singer Tiffany? Yeah, she's going to be here. She was here last year. Yeah, she's going to be here singing today.
This is her last year singing?
No, she was here last year. She's here again this year.
Okay.
Unfortunately, there was a lot of Spanish people here, so had to help. Were you here last year?
No, I'm not sure.
Oh yeah, last year what happened is the first half of the show, there was hardly anyone came here, and it was easy to get a seat right over here in the first half of the show. Now the second half of the show, it got real crowded, and people were allowed to go up, up to the near the edge of the stage. They'd crank their head back, and then whole bunch of lesbians climbed up on the stage and started groping her and butt bumping her and hugging her. And she was fine with that, only the security handcuffed about 8 people till they ran out of handcuffs. I came after the show was over. There had about 8 people sitting on the ground in handcuffs. And when they ran out of handcuffs, Big Paul, he just went and was just throwing people off the stage that did that, and they stage dived into the audience. I'm a friend of Tiffany's, and I was here last year with this. I just talked to Tiffany about this last month. So, we saw each other for 2 days. I mean, we are friends. We got pictures, and that's my towel.
Oh, so you're a big fan.
A friend.
Friend.
We're friends, yeah.
Well, and a fan.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that's true. But friend first. We took a photo of us right here that morning.
I am so excited about Tiffany coming to Denver tonight. Tiffany truly is my everything, and my heart, my body, my soul longs to see her again.
Tiff, Fanny, Tiff, Fanny, Tiff, Fanny. I like that one.
I hope that my dream can come true tonight. Damn, I thought there'd be people here by now, but I'll ask her how Elijah, her son, is doing, and make it more about her instead of more about me.
This has been #1 now for something like, oh my golly, it's been #1 for 18 weeks in a row by your request. It's Tiffany with I Think We're Alone Now.
I don't hear you guys singing. There doesn't seem to be anyone around.
I think we're alone now.
The beating of our hearts, is it all that sound?
The really dedicated fans, it dates back to our teenage years for us, and there's always something special about your childhood fantasy or your childhood dream.
Tiffany, 20 years ago I had to see the New Kids on the Block, unfortunately, live, just to see her live, and so she was the opening act, so right after she was off, though, I was off.
Especially her song, I Think We're Alone Now. That's the song of hers I like the best, and she rocks. She's a good musician.
When I was a lost, lonely teenager that had no friends and I was sitting in my room with the door shut all day, I would play Tiffany's albums and dream of maybe one day meeting this person, and then that all kind of came true for me.
Tiffany definitely rocks. 20 years now, big fan of hers. Her new album, Just Me, rocks. Probably one of the best albums ever recorded. Be Alright, Just Me, great songs.
And anyone being around Tiffany, meeting her just once, I've seen their life is transformed.
So you follow her all around the place? I've been attending, let's say, attending her appearances and concerts. Okay. It's a much better way to say that. Yeah. Right. For how many years? Since '88.
She was such a big part of my youth.
All right.
She shaped the person I am today, really, you know. Could have been.
Tiffany has shaped the person I am. I am a completely different person than I would be without Tiffany. She is a dear friend of mine. She called me on the phone at home in 2000 and said, I'm your best friend, mentor, and protector. Tiffany has done so much for me. She has transformed my life.
Hello, it's me. Slight change of plans. I'm not going to the Tiffany concert after all, and I'll explain it to you later. Why I'm not going to the Tiffany concert. And yes, I'm very upset. So please call me. Right? Thanks. Bye.
Because of the fact that I have a photocopy of my ID because I lost it. I lost it some time ago. I got a photocopy of my ID, but that wasn't good enough to get me into polyester, so... Because I was going to talk with Tiffany and hopefully work everything out between us. Future between Tiffany and I are very bleak. It's very bleak right now. Unfortunately. Yeah, I don't know if Tiffany and I will ever have a future together.
Hello?
Is this Kelly McCormick, please?
Yes, it is. Speaking.
Oh, speaking? Oh, hi, Kelly. Yeah, my name is Jeff Turner, and I'm a personal friend of Tiffany Renee Darwish.
Oh, right, cool.
Yeah.
Gnarly, man.
Okay, how old are you?
I'm 31 years old.
31? Okay, yeah, I'm older. Are you aware of the sport that Tiffany likes to participate in most is different forms of martial arts?
No, I was not aware of that.
Some of her songs really are an antidote to depression. I mean, there's the song called I'll Be the Girl on her second album, and you can listen to that and you can't be depressed after that one.
No offense to us blondes, because I'm a natural strawberry blonde. But what do you call a smart blonde?
What?
A golden retriever.
Okay, well, I'm gonna...
And now, well, what's blonde and brown, blonde and brown, blonde and brown?
What?
Madonna doing cartwheels.
Okay, I'm gonna sign off now, and you go seek out that and find that those albums and The Dreams Never Die, and you'll be inspired and not depressed. And okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
GlamourCon is an annual convention for erotic models, adult film stars, and the like, and Tiffany was there because she posed for Playboy. It's a place where people go to make friends and renew friendships, and that's what basically it is.
Weak need, butterflies, oh yeah, I'm human as anybody else. Oh, here she comes. Hey there.
Hey, how are you? Good to see you. Thank you.
I will see you. I got some gifts for you, and we're going to do our stuff.
I'm running late, as usual.
I know. I told the people you're fashionably late.
Everyone at this big convention event, there was thousands of people there, and I ministered, God sent me to minister to hundreds of people and found out most of the attendees and the featured people there are saved. And I didn't see anyone acting mean-spirited. Everyone just loved everyone there and was concerned about everyone.
4 different Playboys that are foreign that you're in the centerfold. So that is my gift to you.
Thank you so much. That's so sweet.
So yeah.
I didn't even know I was in these.
Yeah.
Of course, Tiffany was really still the most Christ-like person I've ever known, and God really came through her and was manifested uniquely in her. And that was just really nice there. And we had a really good time in the Lord there.
Joy to the world, the Lord is come. Let earth receive her King. Let every heart prepare in fruit, and heaven and nature sing.
because I remember everything about you, and you know that's true. It flashed. As long as it flashes, okay, well, I'll be here tomorrow. I have a room in the hotel, and if you would like the number, you may have it. Remember,
I appreciate that.
you and I have an agreement. We don't hide anything from each other. I keep no secrets from you at all. And you're about the only one on earth that is true for.
Yes, I am going to Las Vegas at the Crave nightclub to go to a Tiffany concert, and where I'm going to meet this person I talked to on the phone for a while, Kelly McCormick.
This concert on Friday in Las Vegas will be the very first live Tiffany concert that I've been to.
Who is it?
A famous artist from the 80s.
Ooh.
Tiffany.
Oh, Tiffany. Is a friend of yours?
I hope so. My nipples are starting to get hard.
So this is beautiful Las Vegas.
No, I look calm, but not.
Hey, so you're Kelly McCormick.
Exactly.
Alrighty. I call him a male because I see him as male. That's just, with a hermaphrodite, you can take your pick.
I live full time as female. I mean, these are real. I've been on the hormones for just about 7 years now. And in fact, I'm totally stoked that the Broncos just signed legendary Jerry Rice as a fourth string receiver.
Yeah, well, I don't have much interest in sports. So,
but are you actually gay or what?
I'm straight.
Straight.
Yeah, I just fight against fascism.
The reason why I'm staying with Jeff Turner is because I don't have that much money, and I'm very limited on my options of what I can and cannot do.
I got it! Kobe.
Well, excuse me, Jeff. I'm not looking for like a one-night stand. I just don't want sex with her. I want her friendship as well.
We have a committed best friendship, and I will recommend you and say you're okay. And when she's your best friend, you couldn't have a better friend. That's a cool jacket. All right.
Then I'm going to be wearing this skirt.
And where's the hoop earrings?
Yeah, you're right on, Jeff.
Oh yeah, the jewel. They'll match your hair.
I'm gonna do it my makeup up really good.
There, help you get rid of your roll, your gut roll. Yeah. Get rid of that gut roll without having to have a body sculpt. You'll be doing great.
My favorite ringtone. Duh.
So somehow my willpower is keeping me awake right now. It's the only thing keeping me awake. Of course, you might be able to tell I am starting to slow down a little bit, and yes, I am getting tired. But as you can see, mind over matter equals positive thoughts, and there's something I've got to get done tonight, so I'm not going to sleep until I get it done. Because I've been waiting for almost 14 years for this. I'm not going to slow down now. I mean, I need this so bad. It's not even funny. I know Jeff says that Tiffany means a lot to him too, but bottom line is, I think I've got him outmatched easy. I expect the worst, but I hope for the best. I'll always be ready for the worst. But this one I'm not ready for. I don't know how anywhere else to put this, but I'm almost guaranteed. I'm almost sure that Tiffany will remember me. Like you think so, Jeff?
Yeah, I sure do.
Right over here in the front. I'll be signing autographs. Hopefully I'll get a chance to meet all of you guys and chit-chat a little bit. I'm preparing you. I talk a lot, so be prepared.
really appreciates you and loves you. And she remembered you.
She did? Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, she remembered you, but I saw her really give a very loving and caring look to you. A look I've usually only seen her give her close friends and myself.
Right now, my emotions, I'm just quiet, and yeah, I just feel like I'm on cloud nine. Yeah, I've just got a huge sense of accomplishment in my life right now. I guess that's all what anyone could ever ask for. Maybe Tiffany is not going home to Denver with me tomorrow night. However, I've got something more important than just that, and that is her everlasting friendship. I mean, anyone in love knows that you must start off as friends, very strong, very positive friends. Otherwise, you would scare the person. So, well, would it be totally redundant and ridiculous if I say that the biggest ambition that I could ever have just came true?
That's not redundant at all. That's wonderful. I'm glad you said that. Because being with her is one of my, probably is one of my 2 or 3 biggest ambitions, is being with her and continuing our friendship, that it continues to grow.
She actually kissed me on the cheek as well as, I mean...
Wonderful. I'm very happy for you both.
I just cannot put into words how I feel right now.
I remember the first time Tiffany actually reached out in front of over 500 people and kissed me on the cheek and made a point of doing it. It was in February 1989 in San Jose, and there was over 500 people there, and we were walking...
excuse me, Jeff, please don't take this the wrong way, but I mean, geez, you're taking words out of my mouth. Alright? Because that was completely unfair. End of discussion.
Oh yeah. She treats everyone unique and individual. You know it. But with equal love. Or should I say unlimited love? You can't measure love. So it's immeasurable. Yeah, well, I'm looking forward to seeing you at some more Tiffany events in the future.
Same here. Dearest Tiffany, hi. How's my one and only lady doing? I'm okay. That was one extremely good concert last night. This road trip was a huge success, especially when we talked for a few minutes after the concert. It felt so very good when we kissed each other and hugged each other. I'm really glad that you remembered me. I really love you so much.
in 10 years. See myself married. Don't know if I have children or not, but see myself as married. Probably still living in this area during the summer, and maybe living in the winter in Southern California. A lot's changed in my life. The realization of Alyssa, which is really nice. I can't marry Tiffany. That's not possible. So, if Tiffany was available to marry, and then Alyssa being available, have to make a choice between the two of them, I'd probably choose Alyssa. Here's the two CDs of Alyssa. They're erotic art films of Alyssa. I don't know why I have two of these, but yeah, that's Alyssa on the set of Charmed last season. This is something, she sent me this in the mail. Interesting little study. Way too much eye makeup. Way too much grease.
I've had tremendous help staying away from drugs from my very best friend Abby. Abby actually helps to make me feel more like my real self. Abby makes me feel more like a woman and less of the athletic machine that I am. I could have been quarterback easily. Coming up here in a couple weeks, I will be getting a job as a bicycle courier, and I will be flying around the mile-high city streets at extreme speeds. My case manager and my psychologist both are trying to get me breast implants. That this breast implant surgery would be therapeutic surgery for me, and watch out, Britney Spears. I will become a full-fledged woman, and I will have surgery. Surgery, unfortunately, is going to cost a lot more than just the breast implants. I mean, even though, since I've got both genders already, they're going to surgically remove my male gender, but I'm going to be finally complete, and I'm going to be finally happy with who I am on the inside as well as on the outside.
He says, we're going to see if we can drop by and see Alyssa Milano, and I'm like, oh, okay. And so Jeff, we pull up and we have to pull over the car, and Jeff gets out and says, tell Alyssa Milano that Jeff Turner is here to see her, and somebody calls back and says, we don't know who Jeff Turner is, or we don't know who Jeff is. And then Jeff, so we have to leave, and then later Jeff claims that, it was her brother's girlfriend pulling a prank on us or something. I can't remember what it was. What Alyssa must have done when she went back in time is prevented me from forming a relationship to marry some of these women, because the relationship started out really good and there was a bonding there, but then they were prevented from coming to fruition. It was like somebody, a third party, intervened spiritually to change things, and then that's what Alyssa did.
It's the journey that brings us happiness, not the destination. Regardless of what happens, whether I'm with Tiffany or not, the one thing that I've pulled out, one thing that I've learned from all this is Tiffany has taught me how to be much stronger. To be a much stronger person and to actually believe in myself. If someone else came along Yeah, I would definitely look into the possibilities of dating women, other women, of course. I prefer the down-to-earth type, so if anyone out there, if any girl out there is interested, here's my number flashing across the screen. I am the real night runner, burning up the mile-high city streets when the sun goes down, dressed in black to be stealth-like, a beautiful woman with a very deadly skill, trained by a father who was a United States Marine, fueled by the pain of not being together with the one woman I love, with nothing less than 100% of my heart, body, and soul.